So as many of you who know me know, I can be one miserable bastard when it comes down to it. I hate a lot of things in this world, and many of them are really petty. 12s, for example, yeah, they're really annoying and obnoxious, but if you think about it, how often do you actually encounter them? Oh, and for those wondering what a 12e actually is, I made a video expressing my views on them about 2 years ago now. Watch it if you want, it's on the channel, but proceed with caution because I sounded like a little girl back then. Anyway, point is, I dislike a lot of things, and many of those pet hates are pretty minimal. However, there are many things I do actually enjoy in this world, surprisingly. I enjoy many sports, in particular. Boxing, the NFL, I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan, by the way, and mainly football, or soccer as you Yanks call it. You know, sometimes I wonder how the fuck that term was derived. You have the word football, which is what it is, a sport where you use your foot on a ball, easy peasy. But those in North America decided, instead of renaming their game where kicking is less than like a fifth of the actual sport, they call it soccer, and keep football for their own game. Genius. Oh, and just a disclaimer, I actually like NFL, I just don't like the name. Which is why I'm referring to it as NFL, not football. Anyway, that's a tangent. Point is, I like football. I support a team called Reading Football Club. My reasons for supporting them are A, I'm from Reading and the local area, so it's easy for me to follow the team because I live about 3 miles away from the stadium. B, 90% of my family support them, so it runs in the family, I suppose, which links to the fact that the club's easy to follow because we all support the same team. And C, I don't want to be a glory hunter, I'd rather have a connection to a team of sorts, which links to the whole point of this video. In every sports league, not just the English football leagues, there are generally two types of fans. The ones like myself, where we follow our team through thick and thin, no matter how shit things get, we remain supporters of our team. The other type are those who jump from bandwagon to bandwagon, or as we call them here in the Red Bus, Crumpet, Coronation Street Kingdom, glory hunters. These are the sods who support whoever is big when they first get into the sport, without giving some thought about their connection to said team. The Manchester United fans who have never been within a 50-metre radius of Greater Manchester. The Chelsea fans that live up north in places like Wigan and Mansfield who have no connections to London. They just follow the Chelsea because their daddy told them when they were 6 that Chelsea were the best team in England, which at the time could have been a fact if they won the league that year. But of course their mind interprets it as, okay, I should support Chelsea because daddy said he likes them. Which, to be fair, isn't something that annoys you too much. They're just kids and they have feeble minds compared to their adult counterparts. But what annoys me is when they grow up and figure, hey, there's a local team, all my family support them, there are so many reasons for me to support this team, so should I support them? Nah, oh fuck it. I pretend to everyone I meet that Chelsea runs in my family and I have tons of connections to them. And I'll go mental on Twitter when they win something, despite never making the effort to actually go and see the team I tell myself I love. I've no beef with supporters of big teams that actually have some sort of connection to the team and go to games, or at least make the effort to, support the damn team. The worst thing is when the big team that everyone glory supports plays the small team at the small team's ground. So-called die-hard fan of the popular club claims he's going to go, but then just says, fuck it, I'll watch it on TV. That's quite a, unlikely scenario, but it happens, and it is fucking annoying. Or will they actually win something, and you claim they're a glory supporter after they're rambling on social media, and they tell you that your team is fucking wank, but then the small team you support gets somewhere in a few months, and they show up to the game supporting the small team that you support? That is really obnoxious in my opinion. If you're going to glory support a team, at least stick to them, don't have a second team. And especially don't go to another team's match or matches wearing the shirt/jersey of another team while sat in their end. That is both annoying and pathetic. But back to the matter at hand, who is to blame for this? You could say the media is to blame because they always highlight the news of the big popular teams, which makes it easy to support the larger teams because there's a surefire way of knowing what's going on with them. However, I have an argument against that. And that's that since the club is successful, they're newsworthy, and therefore the news outlets have no choice but to show their highlights and updates and whatnot, in order to show that they know what's going on with the main teams in the country. They don't have the time to show updates for every team in detail, so they just update you in detail on the big clubs. So, fair enough on that point. I don't think the media is to blame. You could blame the parents for not telling them the problem of glory hunting, but I don't think it's their problem in all honesty. Every human is individual, and they don't really need to tell their kids, hey, everyone in this family supports, let's say, Newport County. You live in Newport, not Manchester, and none of us have been to Manchester, so why not support a team you are most connected to instead of supporting Manchester City purely based on the success that you so desperately want to be a part of? You could take the easy route and blame the person, yes, the person, this isn't exclusive to children, who is doing the glory hunting, but in a way it is human nature to A, want to be entertained, or B, feel like you're part of something successful. A smaller team is likely smaller because they don't have the players, or money to buy the players, talking of Reading, that are able to perform at such a level that will bring in the team success, and not many people want to watch players who aren't entertaining to watch. Humans want the best things, which is true more than just sport. We always want the most up-to-date phones, the best jewellery, the best partners for mating, well, you know what I mean, the best houses, etc. And this holds true for football. And we all want to be successful in life, but the second best thing for getting success for many people is feeling they're part of something that is successful, and this is achieved, according to some people, by supporting a successful team. Personally, I feel this feeling is silly because they didn't do a goddamn thing in helping their team obtain the success. They just watched the games on TV and maybe in some extreme cases went to a handful of matches, but that isn't much to a behemoth multi-millionaire business that a Premier League team is. So overall, I don't think there's much to blame but human nature. Yes, it is still pathetic and obnoxious, but there's no way of changing it and not much you can blame. Okay, perhaps if the glory hunter rubs it in like mad when their team achieves something, then they are being a bit of a prick, and you can blame them for being so fucking obnoxious. But if they keep it somewhat quiet and don't rub it in, then I don't really think it's a huge deal. And since there isn't much you can really blame for their behaviour, so long as they aren't a tosser about their following of a big club, then I can get past it. But to those people who rub in their following of a big team that they have no real connection to whatsoever, give it a rest. Or don't be pissed when you get beat by a significantly smaller team and they rub it into you. However, I'm not sure you appreciate the irony as much as I and like-minded people will. But for people who are completely pissed off by people that support big clubs and keep it quiet, and sometimes actually aren't plastic fans, get over it. There isn't really much to blame, just move on with your day and keep supporting your favourite team. Because as hypocritical as this sounds, because this is a long video discussing the topic, at the end of the day, it is only a sport. It isn't a matter of life and death. And if anything, you should be glad they like football at all, rather than constantly go on about how it's a shit sport, but that's a rant for another day. So yes, I'm back. Hello. It's been a while. My voice has got deeper, as I mentioned about the 12y thing. And yes, there'll be more stuff coming along soon. Thinking of doing some, like, Pokemon things. I've not been playing Pokemon Go if you're interested. I just don't really have the right phone for it. But, yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video. And thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day.